This video is produced as a deliverable for the Information Technology Architecture model at the University of Johannesburg in South Africa. Greetings, my name is Desiree and with me are my group members
Shillo,
Chipniwa,
Samuel, and our cameraman Ntutuko.
In this video, two types of enterprise architectural frameworks are discussed, namely the Zachman framework and secondly, the Togaf 9.1 framework. In my discussion, I'm going to tell you about the brief overview of each framework, and I'm going to tell you about the appropriate uses for each framework. Lastly, I'm going to cover the example of real-life implementation for each framework. Zachman framework provides the logical structure to define the representation of enterprise architecture. This framework was developed by John Zachman in the early 1980s. Zachman framework enables different persons to observe the same attribute from different perspectives. Zachman consists of a matrix view that represents viewpoints, namely scope, business model, system, technology, detailed representation, and functioning enterprise. These viewpoints have to answer the 6 questions: the what, the who, the why, the when, and the how. Zachman may be used by any organization that needs to model its functions and business processes. It plays a significant role in simplifying complex structures where these exist. The real-life example of the Zachman framework. A study was conducted in Malaysia in a manufacturing enterprise, and these people used the model to find the following: to model the aggregate planning activities, to increase response time for orders, to determine the production rate and inventory levels. The challenges that they experienced was, it focuses on the establishment of new architectures without taking into account the current status. It does not consider all possible stakeholders within an enterprise. And lastly, the framework does not speak to continuous development of information systems. The benefits that the enterprise experienced were comprehensive framework, which is easy to understand, decreased the total cost of production, and lastly, increased the market share. The overview of Togaf 9.1. Togaf 9.1 is a methodology which guides the design, implementation, governance, and maintenance of an enterprise information technology architecture. This framework was developed in December 2011 by the Open Group. The Togaf 9.1 is to create an industry standard for developing architectures. This framework defines 9 phases as part of the overall process framework to develop enterprise architecture, for which 5 of them overlap with the Zachman. The framework breaks the architecture into 4 domains, namely the business, and that is strategy, data, that is our structure, technology, that is our infrastructure, and lastly, application, that is a model. The key component of Togaf 9.1 is the architecture development method, which describes a method for developing and managing the life cycles of enterprise architecture. Togaf 9.1 may be used by any organization to develop and maintain the information technology enterprise architecture. It is a useful framework for organizations that need to align their IT capabilities to their business strategies. Moreover, the organization that seeks to adopt best practice methods in enterprise architecture could consider using the Togaf 9.1. Moreover, Togaf 9.1 can be used in conjunction with other frameworks. Since it is available under a free perpetual license, it is a real benefit for organizations with financial constraints. The real-life example for the Togaf 9.1 framework, it was used in the Australia's first bank, and they used this framework to find the following: to collect baseline data, to populate the model, identify the owners of the architecture building blocks, to embed the model into the way the company describe and think about the standards. Upon using the framework, the following challenges were experienced. The framework did not help with decision-making. Training was required to develop common appreciation. And lastly, some technologies were not compatible with Togaf 9.1. Upon using the framework following benefits were experienced by Australia's first bank. It provided common reference point internally and for vendors, no arguments about the enterprise architecture basics, provided a ready-made structure for governance, and accelerated the bank's ability to implement the necessary disciplines that any model should enable. In conclusion, both frameworks provides value to the enterprise architecture practice, and they can be both used in any organization. As Zachman focuses only on identifying different viewpoints that might be appropriate for different purposes, whereas Togaf 9.1 purpose is on the process of developing architecture. Thank you.